Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back on Hammer Horror Month with my review of The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death.
Stop! Hammer time!
Yesterday, Jason and I reviewed The Woman in Black, so we thought it was fitting that we'd review the follow-up, The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, today. It's a real shame we never got The Woman in Black 3, because we would have reviewed that one tomorrow. But, not surprisingly, people trashed this sequel, so the third planned film was canceled. Originally, Jason and I were going to discuss this one for Positive Spin. It currently has a 4.8 out of 10 rating on IMDb, which is low. I don't quite understand that one. And I know Jason doesn't either, because this sequel is just more of the same. People loved The Woman in Black from 2012, so there's no reason they shouldn't have also loved The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, from 2014. I know Daniel Radcliffe was a major draw for the first one, and I mentioned that in my review yesterday, but this is a worthy follow-up. As a matter of fact, as much as I love The Woman in Black, there are a few things I actually prefer from the sequel. This one is set at the height of World War II. Eve Parkins is a caretaker and teacher for orphans. Along with her headmistress, Jean Hogg, they take the children to safety in the countryside, away from the dangerous city. Unfortunately, their safe haven is actually the same house from the first film. One by one, the poor orphan children begin dying because the Woman in Black has returned. Or, as this cover says, she never left. I love this storyline. I really do. I love the character of Eve and the character of Harry, who was a military pilot in World War II. Fun fact of the day, headmistress Jean Hogg was played by Helen McCrory, who plays Draco Malfoy's mother in the Harry Potter franchise. So there's yet another Harry Potter connection in The Woman in Black 2. Sadly, she passed away in 2021, so rest in peace to her. Going back to the storyline, it's probably one of the things I prefer to the first movie. For me, it's sort of like The Devil's Backbone meets The Nun. I love both of those movies, and I love this one too. The atmosphere is much like its predecessor, and like the first one, it's also shot beautifully. This sequel is darker though, and I don't mean in tone. I mean as in actually darker. It's a darkly lit film. I know there are people who complain about the lighting, but I think it works, and it adds to the atmosphere. I recommend watching The Woman in Black 2 in complete darkness to get the full effect. There is genuine creepiness, like the first film, and jump scares as well. Don't worry, they're not overdone. The ending of this one does set up for that intended third film, which we never got. See what negativity does, guys? See? The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, did make money at the box office, but not nearly as much as the first one. Even still, because it was so poorly received, we never got to see the trilogy completed. That pisses me off, as situations like that often do. Before I wrap this up, I want to mention this was the first Hammer sequel since 1974, Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. It was also the first Hammer sequel since Quatermass 2 in 1957 to feature a number in the title. And finally, as far as I'm aware, it's also the last Hammer sequel to have been made up until now. There is a lot more I'd love to say about this film, but I'm sure Jason will cover some of it in his review. So be sure to check that out. Have you seen The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which Hammer horror production will we review next? Check back tomorrow to find out. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.